There's an old legend that exists deep in the Haudenosaunee culture. It comes from a time long before humans roamed the land. One that teaches honor and respect, fairness and courage. The animals gathered in a large field to play a game for the creator, dividing into teams: the animals of the land, led by the ferocious bear, the swift deer, and the mighty turtle, against the animals of the sky, led by the keen-sighted owl and the fast-soaring hawk and eagle. Two small creatures approached the birds just before the game: the squirrel and the mouse. The two small animals wanted to play, but were laughed at by the mammals for their size. The wise owl convinced the other birds to help the small creatures play with them, but how could they fly? One bird thought to attach leather to the legs of the mouse, creating the bat and allowing him to fly with the birds. The winged animals then looked at the squirrel. With no leather left from the mouse, they tugged at the squirrel's skin, stretching him into a flying squirrel. With their two new friends, the creatures were now ready to play the creator's game. Bear and eagle faced off for the ball. Squirrel leaped, catching the ball out of the air. Squirrel passed the ball to hawk, who soared high above the field with it. Just as the ball was about to hit the ground, eagle swooped in, beating even the fastest of the land animals, the deer. Eagle passed up to bat, who scored the winning goal for the birds. This legend teaches that every creature has a purpose, no matter how big or small. This is the legend of Lacrosse. Lacrosse has been played by the indigenous people of North America for centuries. It teaches values and life lessons important to their culture. The traditional version of the sport is played on mile-long fields. Teams had no set number and could be incredibly lopsided. That's not what it was about. It was about the playing. Each player carried a stick of hickory, grown from the earth and painstakingly formed into a stick. They played for more than winning and losing. They played to celebrate, honor, and heal each other. It was the medicine game. The creator's game. In 1867, Dr. William George Beers, a Canadian dentist, created the first set of rules for lacrosse, soon declaring it the national game of Canada. In 1904, lacrosse was played at the Olympics in St. Louis and again in 1908. It was then dropped after failing to get more than 3 teams at an event. The rules were amended in 1933 and 1940, bringing many changes to the game. The amount of players on a team was changed from 12 to 10, the fields were shortened, and the playing time was divided into quarters, with teams changing sides at the end of each. This is lacrosse as we know it today. Modern lacrosse is played in between white lines, on fields 60 yards wide and 110 yards long. The midfield line separates the two halves of the field. Each team must keep 3 players in each half, plus a goalie on their own side. Otherwise, they will be offside, giving away a possession or man-up opportunity to the other team. A man-up, similar to a power play in hockey, is a man advantage for a team as a result of a penalty. This gives them a chance to take it to the goal. The goals are 6x6 orange posts surrounded by a white circle, which only one man is allowed to enter: the goalie. Lacrosse goalie is one of the most intense positions in all of sports.
Goalie's probably the craziest guy on the lacrosse field.
The goalie has many responsibilities on the field.
Obviously, got to save the ball, be able to outlet it and get it to our offense.
More than that, the goalie is the quarterback of the defense, directing traffic so nobody gets a wide open shot. And when they do, they make the save. The first line of defense for any goalie is their defenseman.
They wreak havoc on the field.
Defensemen carry a 6-foot pole, giving them a longer reach on the offensive player. On the field, they stalk their opponent, waiting for them to get the ball so they have the chance to attack.
They're usually, big physical guys that want to cause turnovers.
Another valuable commodity for a defenseman is quickness. Having the ability to read and react to the offensive player is crucial in the battle for the ball. The LSM, or long stick midi, is an extension of the defense, looking to cause mayhem for an offense in any way they can. They carry a long stick just like defenders, and usually take away opponents' top midfielders. But when they get the ball, they're still looking to head the other way with it.
They can kind of play a little bit of offense too. I would say if you can steal a possession or two, steal a goal here and there, you're going to be in good shape.
Midfielders can be the heart and soul of any team, hustling up and down the field.
You know, they're two-way guys for the most part. They're offensive guys, but they also got to be able to play some defense.
Hustle and determination to get it done, anywhere on the field, are key traits of a good midfielder.
They definitely got to be the most in shape on the team. They're running up and down the field and between the lines.
A middy's biggest responsibility can be in the transition game. Going from defense to offense quickly and cleanly is a huge boost to a team.
They're going to score some goals from you. They're going to get the assists. You know, they're going to play good defense.
Some midfielders will score 30 to 40 goals a year. Others will play lockdown defense and chase after ground balls, like D-middies.
Yeah, they're kind of gritty guys. Not necessarily always this case, but aren't the best offensive guys, but are lockdown defenders. Put your D-midi on there, but you know they're pretty talented. They're lockdown guys, and you don't have to slide to them. That makes your defense that much stronger. It's a position that gets overlooked a lot. It's a crucial one, though.
Attackmen are the best shooters, dodgers, and passers on the field.
They're the guys who stay on the field, you know, all game, and they kind of get all the glory.
Attackmen can come in all shapes and sizes. They're shifty, fast, strong players. But even more important than any of that can be patience. Similar to basketball, the lacrosse offense moves the ball around until they can find a break in the defense.
They need to be the finishers. They're going to get a lot of chances throughout a single game. If they can vary upwards of 50-60% of them, you know, your team's going to be in good shape.
For an attackman, the game is pretty simple. Score the ball. They do this by cutting or dodging to the goal. A dodge is similar to a dribble move in basketball. The attacking player is looking to do whatever they can to throw off the defender.
There's a whole bunch of different dodges that you can do. It all kind of depends on, you know, who you are as a lacrosse player. We had a 6'5" attackman last year, upwards of, 230 pounds. He was more of a bull dodge guy. He would just use the size and be more physical than, smaller defensemen. If you're a small, quick, shifty guy, a split dodge is lethal. You switch from your left to your right hand or, vice versa. That's pretty hard to defend. There's a face dodge. Just like basketball, if you throw a little pump fake in there, it's the same thing with the face dodge. Defenseman, is coming at you hard, trying to prevent you from shooting. And if you just face dodge it, you can get 5 to 6 yards closer, for just a better high quality shot. And the roll dodge is lethal too. I like the roll dodge a lot, down low with our attackmen. Obviously it works, well up top too. With a quick guy, when you're in the middle of the field. But, if you're coming up hard, defenseman's kind of overplaying you. Top side, a nice little roll back underneath, increase your angle. That one's lethal. You got to go out and just practice it. You got to throw a move on this defenseman, especially at this level. Just running simply in a straight line, even if you're faster than the guy, you're not going to beat many defensemen. So you got to be able to throw something out there, but you gotta work on that as well.
Just like dodging, there are also many kinds of shots for all different scenarios.
There's the overhand shot, there's the bounce shot, there's the high to low, there's the behind the back shots. Every coach likes the overhand, high to low shot, change your planes, but I understand that there's a time and a place, for every type of shot. I like to see our team shoot high to low. I think it makes the goalie, if he's sitting up high, he has to drop, all the way low to, get down to that shot. That's a hard one to read. If you protect your stick well, the goalie's not really seeing it till the last minute. I don't like, those sidearm shots. I think those are easier to read. You're not really changing the plane. If you're going to throw a behind the back shot, you have to be out there practicing it, every single day. And you got to get 50 to 100 reps a day. You can't just, pull it out, just because it looks cool. And I'll tell you, it does look really cool if you land it, but you got to be able to do it. You got to put the work in.
Another fundamental piece of lacrosse is the face-off.
For anyone that doesn't know lacrosse, face-offs are a key element of the men's lacrosse game.
Similar to hockey, the game starts up with a face-off at the beginning of each quarter and after each goal.
It's a 50-50 opportunity for each team to win the possession and go down and play offense. 2
players line up at the center of the field with a teammate at each wing line ready to run in for the ball. The 2 lined up at the center X use the backs of their sticks to clamp the ball and pull it to a safe spot for them or a teammate to scoop up.
What I say with those guys is it's all mentality. You just got to want it more than the other guy.
This play developed its own position. the face-off specialist.
It's a gritty position. You're down kind of in the trenches there. If you get down there and get low, come out with the ball, just give your team as many offensive possessions as you can, you're going to be in good shape.
Some face-off guys are big, strong athletes that use their size to win the ball. Others are fast on the whistle. The best are both, and they can make possession a monopoly for their team.
If you have a lethal face-off guy, it's almost like a cheat code. With lacrosse being a pretty high-scoring game, you got to think if you're winning 20 extra possessions, if it's a close-knit game, you got to feel pretty confident that you're going to have the edge in that one.
Lacrosse is a sport that has been played for many years. It's inspired cultures and now inspires kids across the nation. This documentary looked at some of the history and fundamentals of one of humanity's oldest sports, which continues to grow today. Lacrosse is an excellent opportunity for young kids to learn sportsmanship and grow friendships, and should continue to be around for many years to come.